Hello everybody, my name is Twitchy and today we are playing Dead Cells. We are actually beginning our Let's Play of Dead Cells. I'm still going to be playing through Mega Man 2, I just thought I'd say that now. But I thought that I might as well play another game running alongside my Mega Man series. Because I don't know how many games of Mega Man games I plan on playing in a row. But I do know that I should probably have a little bit of variety going so I don't get myself tired of just playing one game all the time and I don't get anyone who ends up watching this tired of me just playing one game. So I thought, let's play another game I'm really into. Or I used to be really into anyway. Dead Cells. It's a great game. It's a Castlevania, well, Metroidvania-esque roguelike. I don't know the difference between roguelite. I think it's a roguelite. Castlevania roguelite that has some Dark Souls inspiration. It's a very fun game, and I don't even know where to start when talking about this game because there's so many great ideas, so many great qualities to this game. Unlike Mega Man 2, there's very little that I can talk crap about with this game. It is actually just so good. But I guess I go ahead and get into the gameplay pretty quick here. What can I say right now? The music is phenomenal. I love the orchestral sound. It's so epic. I don't think there's one one track that just doesn't hit in this whole game. And also, there's a whole Castlevania DLC. How can you not like this game? It's also a super replayable game, as with most roguelikes. But also, my gameplay starting out might be a bit horrendous. I'm a little worried about that because it has been years since I got hit by like the first enemy type. It's been a while since I got into this game. It's been years, so I have to kind of get used to the controls again, and the way it feels and everything. A big thing for me in this game, as you can see, it says B to dodge above my head, but I am much more of a parrier than I am a dodger, considering that the B button is kind of an awkward spot for a dodge button in my opinion. So yeah, I do a pretty good parry there. I'm going to try to get better at parrying. I feel like a lot of my builds are going to be a lot more based around that. That's another really fun thing about this game. For each run, you can have a very drastically different build. And I think it works a lot better in this game than it does a lot of other roguelikes. My biggest problem with other roguelikes are just that, I don't know, they seem very luck-based. And this game can be luck-based to a certain extent, but it's definitely a lot more skill required than it is luck required. Like, I'd say Binding of Isaac has a good amount of skill involved, but this game, I'd say the luck is dumbed down a lot more than Binding of Isaac overall. I will also say the variety in this game is probably dumbed down compared to Binding of Isaac, because let's just face it, Binding of Isaac has a different level of variety than most roguelikes ever have. But this game's controls and the gameplay loop and everything is just so fast-paced and fluid. This isn't even the fastest pace you can get with this game. I used to be a lot faster at playing than I am now. I'm sure as I get more used to it and everything, once I get less nervous or shy about things, I'll get a lot better. But as you can see right now, I'm taking my time a little bit more. But eventually I get to a point where I'm so comfortable with just flying through everything. I hope I can get to that point again to show you guys, because it is actually very entertaining and satisfying to watch and to pull off. But this first area, I think this is just called like the prison or whatever, where you wake up. It's actually very simple. There's only, from what I can see, 3 or 4 enemy types. There's the green guys, which I think are just zombies, which do a very basic slash and kind of dash forward attack, where they hop at you. They are super easy to parry and dodge. And then you have the shield enemies, which their only attack is dashing forward, and they have like a long windup, making dodging their attack a little bit more tricky because you have to figure out the timing on it better. There's those archers that I usually just end up running up to and killing before they even have a chance to attack. This guy, I actually bash open the door and stun. That's something else I like. Whenever you bash a door open, it stuns the enemy that's right behind it. And I think it stuns all the enemies that are right behind it, which is pretty nice. And then there's those purple enemies, the ones that throw the little grenade bomb type projectiles. They're not too bad either. I rarely ever get hit by one of their projectiles. The only times I ever get hit by them are when I'm preoccupied with like another tricky situation that they're just adding to, if that makes sense. Like, they're not the foreground of the problem. Oh, in this game as well, that thing I just rubbed, quote unquote rubbed, there's a lot of things here you can interact with, but at the start of the game you cannot do anything with. There's like a pile of moss that you can rub as well, and I was so confused by that when I first started this game, but you'll see what's up with that later on. I won't say anything if you don't know. There's also all these checkpoints that you can spawn to. I guess you call them checkpoints. They're like teleportation devices, like fast travel spots. It's really nice because some of these areas do get kind of lengthy and large, so being able to just teleport across the map and see what you missed helps a lot. And here we have a character that's going to be very important for us. He is the Collector. He collects our cells, and our cells are kind of like souls from Dark Souls. They serve as our meta progression thingamajigs that you want to collect and over time unlock things with. I just unlocked the use of a vial. I think that's what that's called. It's basically your Estus flask from Dark Souls. You use it to heal, but you only have so much per area between rests. And then you can also choose a mutation. A mutation is like is basically just a permanent upgrade for the run, not for the whole game in general. Funny, they look a little like me. Oh. I like that little spot where you interact with the pile of corpses. That's pretty fun. But in between each area, you can rest, and then you can refill your quote-unquote Estus flasks. I don't remember what they're called in this game. I'm just going to call them a vial. You can refill your vial, and we move on to the second area. The Promenade, I want to say it's pronounced. I'm not sure about that, though. Of the Condemned. This area is, I wouldn't say it's too much harder than the first area. It's definitely a lot trickier, and when I first played, I died quite a few times on this first area, more than I would like to admit to. But you quickly get to a point where you can get through this area without dying consistently, especially when you get through some of the meta progression and you unlock more of those upgrades. It's not too bad. I don't know how long my Let's Play of this game is going to be, because like I said, it's kind of just a never-ending game. So I'll just play this game until I'm sick of it. My commentary might get worse over time because I won't have much to talk about in-game, but we'll see, As long as I'm enjoying it, I'll keep doing it. So a few things the Promenade of the Condemned introduces are these traps, the spike traps, which, unlike in Mega Man, do not insta-kill you. I am proud to say. And there's a new enemy type that I just killed very easily right there, but those guys can easily become problematic. They have little sword hands, and they attack pretty fast-paced, and they teleport to you, so they become a permanent problem once you start interacting with it. So you basically need to kill it. It's another enemy that's not too hard to parry. A lot of enemies in this game are actually not too hard to parry, considering they always have an exclamation point above their head before they attack, and usually if you hit the parry button, when you see the exclamation point, it's gonna land. So it's not too big of a problem. It's just I kind of, especially in this, when I first start, I kind of forget what button is the parry button sometimes, since I need to get used to the control schemes again. That'll be the only tricky thing. Going between this and Mega Man, the control schemes I'll get a little confused by. And I could probably get a little bit better at dodging at certain times. I should probably work on that too. Especially when we get to boss fights and everything. But I'm not too worried. But another thing the Promenade of the Condemned introduces, which I think was already shown, I'm kind of just spacing out talking about the game at this point, is another thing that's introduced are these like totem poles, which basically act as permanent shields to nearby enemies until you destroy the totem pole. So you could be trying to attack the enemies in that area the whole time and not being able to like do any damage to them, and just you have to go find the totem pole first to do any damage to anyone. It acts as like a crowd control challenge basically, which I kind of like. And we come up on our first choice here, like real choice. I end up going with the Nutcracker, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Nutcracker. I actually probably should have stuck with the Rusty Sword because the DPS on that is not too different from the Nutcracker. And I know it has a 462 damage chance, but the Nutcracker is so slow and not janky. Janky isn't the right word. Here, you'll see. The Nutcracker is just so slow paced. It's hard to control properly. I end up tanking a lot of hits that I shouldn't be tanking because I don't have enough health to be tanking it. it's just, I'm not super used to it. And it also doesn't have as wide of a hit range as you'd expect. The Nutcracker is one of those weapons where you really need to be good at parrying for it to be an efficient weapon. But yeah, multiple times in this playthrough, I go to hit one of those, like, screeching birds with the Nutcracker, and it just does not land, and even though it looks like it should, it's a little weird. And then there are times where it looks like it shouldn't land, but it does end up landing. I just healed for my first time in the Let's Play. But yeah, I really should have just stuck with my other weapon, because I'm a lot better at controlling myself with that weapon. I probably would have done a lot better here. I would have taken less hits and everything. That's okay, that's just part of the strategy and everything, and I mostly just wanted to show off the Nutcracker since it was the first new melee weapon I was able to use. Next time maybe I'll play a little more strategically, or next time maybe we'll run into another weapon I can try out. We'll see. There's always a lot of variability when it comes to these playthroughs, and I could always try different builds and stuff and show off different things if I'm good enough. But here we have a really big trap section. I don't know how that didn't hurt me. I don't know if you saw that, but I literally walked right through the spikes. I think maybe my ledge grab saved me there. I'm not entirely sure, but this guy is beating on my ass and I'm not doing anything about it. Once again, if I wasn't using the Nutcracker, I'd probably be a lot better, but that's also a skill issue. Which is fine. It's okay to have a skill issue every now and then. Another thing about the Promenade of the Condemned that you probably noticed is these branching paths that go down from elevators. It makes the area much bigger, much more sprawling. This area generally just lasts a lot longer than the first area, which I'm fine with. I like the bigger areas. It adds a lot of tension, especially when you get near the end and you're like close to dying and stuff and you don't want to die. Because when you die in this game, you don't keep the cells on you between games. Basically the things that give you meta progression and you unlock things with, you have to reach a checkpoint or like a rest point to use those cells, or else they're gone if you die. So if you have a lot of cells and you die, that feeling sucks. I'm gonna try not to do too much meta progression outside of the Let's Play. I think I'll leave everything in the Let's Play, just to, I don't know, it's like a Let's Play. It's a regular, show off all the progress. You know, I don't want to do too much off screen. Most of what I'll be cutting out in this Let's Play is like when I'm exploring to try to find things I missed, or when I'm taking forever on a decision on an upgrade to make. Stuff like that I'll probably skip, and just to keep the pace up a little bit. Like even this I probably could have cut a little bit out of, but I don't want to cut too much to where you can't understand what I'm doing. There's another one of those rubby things. It lights up a lot. I wonder what it does. But yeah, see, I cut to when I got back to the entrance of the elevator there. And I'm looking around, seeing if there's anything I can do, which really wasn't much. What I end up doing is I go back for that for that drumstick because it heals 50% of your HP. And I kind of needed that thing bad here. I'm getting my butt smacked just by the second area of the game. But it's actually pretty easy to die when you don't have a lot of things unlocked yet. You'll see as I get things unlocked, I'll be lasting a lot longer in my runs and everything. But there's also other areas we can go to, so hopefully things don't get too samey or anything for the Let's Play. And that's the only time where I think I would do some meta progression on my own, is if I feel that things are becoming too repetitive. But for the most part, it should be fine. We have an elite! This guy's really easy. This is the first elite you fight, I'm pretty sure. And it's designed to be easy because you end up unlocking something that you're gonna need for the rest of the game. Like, this is one of those unlocks that you can't really get out of unlocking. It's one of the very scripted unlocks you have to get. It's the Vine Rune, sorry. Basically, it allows you to rub the fuck out of that moss spot, and it turns into a vine that you can climb. So there's going to be an area, a sub-area that we can go to after the first area of the game, and you'll see what that is later, after we have unlocked that. So that's going to be fun. What else can I say? There's a few traps here. The traps were tricky and scandalous. I don't know why I'm saying scandalous. I'm running out of words. Who knows? I failed at fucking block parrying that. Hopefully, eventually, I become a parry god. I don't know. See, that was pretty good. But yeah, you gotta get that fucking totem pole destroyed. There's an elite up there. Ooh! It definitely won't be a bad idea to interact with that elite. Foreshadowing, of course. As you can tell, I'm still getting hit by normal enemies. So it really might not be a good idea to interact with the elite. Well, that's okay. I love the graphics on this game. I am just now looking at the background of this area. The tall, expansive trees and everything, and the layering on it is so cool. Oh, well, I end up interacting with the elite. That was my first mistake. My second mistake was trying to tango with it for even longer, because I don't know if you can see what I'm getting hit by, but there's like this little laser that's like going from bottom to top of where it's at, that if you get hit by it, it just repeatedly hurts you. It's so annoying. So I try to escape, but I'm at a fucking dead end, so I guess I have to go back. And I die for the first time. I know, I'm not a true gamer. I'm not very good at video games. I'm sorry, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope this series turns out good. And hopefully I can get better at the game. I like the way that your character is literally just a moss head coming out of the ground. It's kind of funny. Or coming from whatever it drops out of. Basically, we are a deceased person who's haunting this corpse of a body to try to escape the prison. Honestly, I don't really know the story of this game, and I'm not about to learn now. Even if it might be pretty good. Maybe I'll learn some of the story, so then maybe I can talk about it with you guys. I interacted with the chopping block. It's kind of funny. Looks like I had a bad time with it. I think that's actually how our character died, is we got beheaded. That's why we have no head. This is actually our dead body, which is kind of funny. But I'll end up playing more of this game in the next episode. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!